welcome back to another vlog. I can put you down here. Yep, can't see any company logos. Oh, good shot there, Loz. Welcome back to another vlog. If you're new here, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss an update. Also, head over to Instagram and give me a follow there, as I do post more regularly over there. Alright, so today's vlog, as you can see, we are in the office. I just thought I'd mix up the training vlogs a little bit and do a day in the life at work. So this week we were actually meant to be back in the office, I guess, like full-time normally, which for me would be 4 days in the office, 1 day at home. But it's just one of those weeks where everyone's at something. So we actually have 5 staff down in Victoria at a major event there that we're sort of coordinating and running, and they're offering technical expertise or just generally hanging out, who knows. And then we have a bunch of staff who are up north doing clinics and things like that, so they're obviously not in the office. And where's everyone else? Well, the only other person, he went down to our head office for a few days, and then he has to come out and visit some clubs when he gets back. So basically it was really only me who was doing their regular job this week, so I've just worked from home. Today though, a couple of the guys from up north are back, and I think someone had like a competition on the weekend, and so, or they have one this weekend or something, so they need to be in. So yeah, there's going to be a few of us in, so I just came into the office, which is really nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love working from home. It's convenient. I can get other little things done when I need a break. It's sort of like around the house. But being at home and only seeing my parents and then like in the afternoon heading out to the track to train does get a little bit repetitive and a little bit boring. So I think it's good for like not only me, but for, I guess, like just everything to get out and see a few different people. So on the track front, things are progressing well. As we know, I've been in a little bit of a slump. Queensland Athletics had a midweek event last night, and I went and ran a 1 and a 200. There's no race footage, sorry. Well, there might be eventually. If there is, I'll insert it here, but I couldn't see anyone videoing the races when I was around, so I don't think there'll be race footage. My 100 was a solid improvement, like honestly just outside my PB. My 200, I completely mucked up the start, and like the girl ended up running my heat. She was on the lane inside me and she was just on me, you know. So I completely missed the start and I was just too slow. So that's annoying. But overall, I felt better. I felt strong again. Like in the back, like my races, my back end is really, really strong. Like I often struggle to get out fast, but I sort of run over the top of everyone, and that definitely happened again. My arms probably weren't as high, which meant I probably didn't lift my hips and cover the ground as effectively as I probably could have, but overall I think it's a step in the right direction. So that's good, because we are like only a few weeks out from state championships. I have a chat to Russ this afternoon because I do have track, and we'll talk about next steps. There is another competition this weekend in which I could run a 400, but I'm also just keenly aware that the following week is the last 400 hurdles to race in the state before state champs. So I really want to get that right. I really want to set up the tone for states. So I don't know if maybe I miss this 400 and do some more work on the hurdles, just because usually I would hurdle on Wednesday and Thursday, and I couldn't do that this week because obviously I raced. And then there's another midweek meet before states, and I could run a 400 there. So I'll definitely chat to Russ about that. But what's happening today? Well, probably just a lot of the same, just in a different location. We do have a board meeting coming up, so we're sort of starting to get stuff ready for that. Our CEO is also coming up to that, which is, I'm not stressed about the CEO being here. What I'm more worried about is the fact that I'm quite casual at work, and so are we all, and the board doesn't really care what we wear to meetings as long as we're doing our job. So it sounds stupid, but I think I'm gonna have to buy a dress for that, because I have casual dresses, but I don't really have corporate-y dresses anymore. So I know it's such a first world problem, and that's what I'm worried about, you know. But yeah, anyway, I am going to start work. It is a bit early. There was no traffic on the road, so I am here quite a bit early, but that's good, and I'm the first one in. I'm listening to a really great podcast. It's called The Trojan Horse Affair, and it's from Serial. I love Serial. I fell in love with it way back in its first season, and I followed it all the way through. And yeah, this one came out actually on my birthday last week, and I've been listening to it every day, and I'm absolutely engrossed. And I have to say, it's really good. I do think that that is something that I need to do more of, is listening to more podcasts. I tend to just only listen to music in my car, but I do think that podcasts are just another really great way for me to immerse myself in the world. And I think a lot of the changes I've made that I'm hopefully moving out of this slump have been, I'm more conscientious with my sleep. I'm, trying to read a little bit more, so I'm not just, on my iPad surfing the internet. I'm trying to be more mindful. I'm being super cautious to make sure I drink all the water I need to drink, because some days I just don't. And obviously we've made the changes to my warm-up and just the way I go about training. So I think that maybe listening to a few more podcasts and not just music is just another great way to engage my mind in a different way that I think ultimately will help my performance. But I'm going to head off now and start work for the day. I've finished work, as you've seen. Sorry, I literally turned on the camera and a guy pulled into park next to me, so it's really awkward. And he's also getting changed, so bit of a free perf show today. So had a pretty solid day. Things are definitely picking up with our membership collection, so that's good. And I feel like, because this is sort of the third year I've been through this, I'm a lot more, I don't want to say competent, but rather confident answering questions, and I can work through, like today I solved a problem for entry on a form that I had never seen. Like I don't need to see that bit. I can get access to it, but when I did, because the person was already in it, I couldn't see it, but I was able to troubleshoot just knowing how the forms work. So I was really proud of myself. I didn't film my lunch, but I went out for lunch. I was the only one who had tuck shop today. Everyone else brought their lunch. But yeah, there was a bit of a weird vibe in the office, I have to say. Like, I was really excited to see everyone, and everyone wasn't like excited really to see each other. They were a bit down in the dumps, which was interesting. So I've sent out like a thing for next week, because I'm working from home tomorrow, but I think in theory we are meant to be back in the office full time next week. Again, I still haven't heard anything from HR, but because we have had people out at like tournaments all this week and they'll work over the weekend, they'll probably take SDOs, and then I think each team is taking a turn heading down to head office for these like they're not performance reviews, but they're developing a better way to do annual performance reviews. They're called balanced scorecards. I don't know, I've only been peripherally listening. But yeah, so there's one of the team, 3 of them are going down there next week, so they won't be in the office for 3 days. So I'll try and see. So I sent out an email. We can kind of maybe do a little bit of an office schedule so that no one is in the office by themselves. But other than that, I have to give my big boss a call on Monday. I don't think he works Fridays at the moment. I'm not sure, but I don't think he does. I think he's still 4 days a week. But anyway, because I heard a rumour this afternoon, like someone from another team called me and basically said that they're going to be looking after the membership renewals next year. And that's a big chunk of my job, like all the reporting. So I've already been through this once where my position was reviewed, and I don't want to particularly go through it again. So I know I've got a job until the end of June, because my role is budgeted for until then. So I'm going to give him a call Monday morning and just say, hey, I've heard this rumour. Is there any like truth to it, or is it being interpreted wrong? And yeah, just get the lay of the land. See, he might tell me, he mightn't tell me. Because yeah, I don't want to go through like another 3 months like I went through last year where they're considering my role and that. I'd rather take like a really long time to find a much better job and like actually think about what I want from my career. But yeah, so now I'm going to go in and train. Keen to have a chat to Russ about last night's races and, you know, make a decision about competing this weekend. Hello. Sorry I didn't vlog straight after training. The lighting was terrible and you couldn't really see my face. Also, did you see how close that guy parked to me? What a douche canoe, honestly. Like, seriously. Those rugby players, they're an odd bunch. Like, we share the infield with them in the track, and when it's like rugby training season or whatever, or competition, basically the track doesn't shut at 6, but we have to be willing to share it, but the infield closes so they can train on it, which is fine. We accept that. And look, honestly, most of the throwers prefer to come out like early afternoon before the track gets super busy, so there's minimal risk of them hitting anyone. But the rugby players just take it to a whole new level. Like, they just get there progressively earlier every week. Like, I think today they were out there from about 5:30 kicking the ball around and what's going on to the track, which is always interesting. But yeah, don't know why that guy parked so close. That was a bit weird. But yeah, I had a really, really good session. To be honest with you, I thought I felt good going into it, but then I felt a little flat, and I just think that was me getting tired towards the end of the day. I didn't take any pre-workout because, like I said, I didn't think I needed it. I should have known better. But yeah, my starts to we did starts to the first 3 hurdles. And as you know, I've been having like a lot of issues with my start, and finally tonight it just seemed to come together. Still not as fast over the hurdle as I want, but I'm hoping now that because I have that confidence, I can really start to push that speed again. And then we just finished up doing a ladder from 60 all the way up to 120 and then back down again. But yeah, Russ and I did decide that because I competed midweek this week, and I therefore missed a hurdling session, I'm not going to run a 400 on Friday on Saturday, and I'm going to do another hurdle session. So that way I did get a competition this week. It was just midweek, and I still get my second hurdle session because, you know, as we're coming up to states and nationals, 4 hurdles is my main event. So I want that to be just on peak. So what I'm going to do now is probably just unpack my bags from work and do some recovery, have a shower, and get all organised for tomorrow.